So, first step. We already have a little bit of complexion on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, assuming that she already had primed and poreless, so her first step would be primed and poreless, which is the core product. Okay? Primer. Silicone and vitamin E, vitamins, mulberry extract for brightening as well. So it's going to give a more flawless complexion. And then Beauty Balm. Beauty Balm is the second product that was used. Beauty Balm is a very flawless finish. It's very easy. It's very effortless. A little bit goes a very long way. You just take a very small amount. And you can apply it to the face. I'm going to come across this way, so sorry. Beauty Balm is what she already had on, so I'm going to set it now with a little bit of the Primed and Poreless Loose Powder. And Primed and Poreless Loose Powder is my favorite product. It is a primed powder. You can use it as a first step. You can use it to actually seal and to finish a complexion. You take a very, very small amount. And I don't sweep it on the face. What I usually do is just gently roll it on the skin. This is perfect for the climate here, for a humid climate. Use this as your first step, and then you can apply your foundation over. All right. The next item, which I love, Natural Face Palette. Natural Face Palette is everything you need to do to complete an entire face just in one palette. You have a concealer, a luminizer, an eye or face brightener, a cheek cream and a cheek powder, and a bronzing veil. So you can add contour, you can add color as well. So I'm going to take a very small amount of the concealer first. So a little concealer, and in this case a very small amount. Small amount. Again, small amount only where you need it. A little bit under the eye, a little bit along the lash line. Okay, a little bit of eye brightener. And I'm only going to take a little brightener on the outer edges of the eye. I take a little brightener also if you have hollows in here. This is something that I use in photography a lot. Just taking a little bit of brightener right there. Okay. So before I do anything to the eyes, I'm going to finish the complexion. So, I'm going to take a little bit of the Primed and Poreless Loose Powder. This again is the priming powder. Okay? It softens fine lines, it soothes the face, fine lines and wrinkles. So I'm going to take a little powder and then a little bronzer. Mix the two. This is going to give the bronzer a more soft effect on the face, on the skin. So I'm going to start in this 3 shape, and then again the E shape. So I'm creating here and here. Here. So you have your E, and you have your 3. a little bit down the nose, a little bit down the center of the chin. Okay, so highlighting. Highlighting is actually one of my favorite things to do, and I'm going to do it with the luminizer right here. This also thins out the face. This also highlights the areas you want to bring out. So a cream highlighter is something that's very natural. And in this case, we're going to use a little bit of that cream highlighter down the center of the nose. We're going to use a little bit in the cupid's bow of the lip, and I use this for photography when I don't have any of my photos of spring and summer. But this will give the illusion of the lip being more upturned.
You want to show it?
Ah, yeah,
The perfect.
that's fine. Yeah. I also do highlighter, the outer corners of the eye. Now, if you wanted to use a powder highlighter, we also have that. Candlelight Glow is a double-sided dual powder highlighter. If you prefer powder to a cream, you can use this as well. Same technique, but I sometimes use my finger. And again, go down the center of the nose to create that soft lid. And then take your brush, turn this way, right on the apple of the temple, so that protruding part of the temple there. And again, right there. That will give more a lit from within effect. Yeah? So as you can see on the model, what I did there was I applied on her, the luminizing cream, cream, and then cream. When I did her. All right. So now we're going to do a little cheek. Now I like to apply a cream cheek with a brush. So I will take my cream blush, cream. And you can do this on a tissue, not your arm. You can do it on your arm if you want. And I buff that cream into the skin. And I'm using the kabuki brush. We have what's called a bronze buki, but it doubles as a beautiful blusher too. Questions at all? This is the quietest room I have ever encountered, ever. So I'm going to do a very simple eye, okay? A very simple, pretty, natural eye. And this is, again, focusing on the skin, not focusing on the eye. We'll focus on that later. But in this case, we're going to do a very, very simple eye. Now, I'm going to take our core item, natural face palette. This is one of the best-selling palettes for us in the world. It also does very well here. So what I'm going to do is, rather than to do a full eye for this technique, because I'm focusing on the skin, I'm going to actually use my finger. And I'm going to take Honey Pot here and just dot it right in the center. This will also give the illusion of the eye looking more round if you just focus right in the center. This is a very golden, lit from within look. It's very ethereal as well. I'm going to use another technique. Now we have these beautiful waterproof eyeliners. Saline proof, smudge proof, but what I like to do is I actually like to take a brush and use my liner with a brush. This will give you a softer diffused look. It'll give you more of a natural look as well. So again, perfect eyes. I'm going to use black. They're very soft, very creamy, and I'm going to just line the eye with using the brush. It's a very simple way of applying liner. You can also apply it very, very thick this way too and create a very dramatic cat eye. But the brush allows you to just wing it out so it's a little bit more flawless of a line, a little seamless of a line. So, as you can see, very soft, very ethereal. All right. Look down for me, Laura. And of course, curl the lashes. And I can do that. I'll be using Lashgasm mascara. Now at this point, usually when I do the top of an eye, I will look and see if the bottom needs anything. If the bottom needs a little color or if the bottom needs a little finishing. And what I'm going to do is use the same palette, Natural Eye palette, and take a little bit of the Velvet Revolver and push up and just softly line underneath the eye. I don't want a lot of color underneath the eye, but I just want it to look more complete, more finished. I always use a brush to line the bottom line for a soft, fuzzy, diffused line. It also makes the eye appear larger. We're going to give a little pop of color to the lip because the face is so even and so blended and so harmonious in color. It's all about how flawless, beautiful skin. So I'm going to put a little bit of lip insurance on the lip first, which will seal on the glosses. This will also prevent your gloss from running or slipping. I'm going to take a little bit of our perfect nude lip liner, which is the perfect base for any lip gloss, lipstick. It's just going to give a nice definition to the lip, making it look natural. What's also nice about this lip pencil is that it also will act as a lip line concealer if the lip line is very dark around the lip. Okay. I'm going to use a gloss that I actually helped create. I created the color, Jared created the name. So this is Chihuahua Bite. It's a beautiful raspberry tone. So she was already pretty, but I think now she's pretty gorgeous. Yeah. All right. So, a beautiful, natural, ethereal look. So perfect for Thai, especially in the weather, in the climate. You need something that's going, the skin needs to stay in place. The complexion needs to stay in place because of the humidity. Thai women have such a beautiful golden undertone of skin color. A light bronzer always works so beautifully on that. It doesn't mean that the skin has to be darker, but the skin could have a nice golden highlight. So don't be afraid of bronzer, don't be afraid of highlight. You can also contour with highlight and with bronzer, especially from the face palette. You can always highlight even more with the Candlelight Glow. Okay? All right. Walk around and be beautiful.
นะครับนี่ก็เป็นลุคของ